We need to do something about these vampire attacks.
Here, it isn't much, but I hope it's the thought that counts.
The mages don't let us go into college. They said it's not safe in there.
If there's anything you need, just let me know. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
There's not many people left in Winterhold, so I only have Aster to play with. And sometimes he's mean. Aster always wants to play hunt the elf, and he makes me be the elf.
Oh. I understand Courier's been complaining about our customers again.
Just say the word if... What of it? It's our inn, and they cause him no harm.
I believe...
Back, eh? Was there something else? Besides the fact that there are only a handful of people in Tamriel that even recognize the language, I'm fairly certain he was planning some sort of a heist that involved a deep understanding of the Falmer language. Sadly, we never had the opportunity to speak about the details. Ironically, I pointed him in the same direction I pointed you, to Markarth and Calselmo. I'm only hoping whatever means he used to learn the language will still be available to you. I suppose it would be inappropriate of me to ask how you obtained this, so I simply won't. A rubbing, eh? Odd. I expected notes. I understand. Now, let me take a good look at this. Over here, please. This is intriguing, but highly disturbing. It appears that Gallus had suspicions about Mercer Frey's allegiance to the Guild for months. Gallus had begun to uncover what he calls an unduly lavish lifestyle replete with spending vast amounts of gold on personal pleasures.
Does the journal say where this wealth came from?
Yes, Gallus seems certain that Mercer had been removing funds from the Guild's treasury without anyone's knowledge.
Anything else, Enther? Anything about the Nightingales?
Yes, here it is. The last few pages seem to describe the failure of the Nightingales, although it doesn't go into great detail. Gallus also repeatedly mentions his strong belief that Mercer desecrated something known as the Twilight Sepulchre.
Shadows preserve us. So it's true.
I'm not familiar with the Twilight Sepulchre. What is it? What's Mercer Frey done?
I'm sorry, Enther. I can't say. All that matters is we deliver your translation to the Guild immediately. Farewell, Enther. Words can't express.
It's all right, Carlia. You don't have to say a word. Listen, all I want is the truth to be revealed to the Guild. They respected Carlia, and she deserves better. Do whatever you can, and I'd consider it a personal favor. If you ever manage to gain entry to the college and you find trying to rid yourself of stolen goods becoming a burden, come visit me. I've been known to handle items of questionable interest from time to time, and I'll see what I can do. In the time before man, they were known as the Snow Elves. They lived in the sunlight and had a very prosperous society. Like the Altmer? Yes, I would say their culture quite possibly rivaled our own. The Nords went to war with the Falmer in the First Era, killed them by the thousands to drive them from their snowy homeland. The Falmer retreated underground and forged an uneasy alliance with the dwarves who ended up betraying them. This betrayal made them what they are now, horrible, blind monstrosities with a burning hatred of any but their own kind. Yes, I suppose you're right. Forgive me. I've lost several close friends to the Falmer, and it tends to distort my view. If you wish to learn more about them, you're welcome to my tome on the subject. Should be on my table. He was a dear friend of mine, and a surprisingly astute pupil of academia. I was devastated when he was killed. I suppose that risk always coexisted with his line of work. I just never thought his luck would run out. For the thrill, of course. He was quite clear that he felt more in his element climbing through a window rather than hunched over a dusty tome. Yes, quite an amusing anecdote, actually. I caught him trying to break into my laboratory. I was about to show him the error of his ways when he made a curiously astute comment about my research notes. I was astounded, and in turn it led to a conversation. Who would have imagined it would lead to such a strong friendship? If you have further need of me, you can find me in the college.
We must hasten to Riften before Mercer can do any more damage to the Guild. You've come this far, so I see no harm in concealing it any longer. The Twilight Sepulchre is the temple to Nocturnal. It's what the Nightingales are sworn to protect with their lives. Everything that represents Nocturnal's influence is contained within the walls of the Sepulchre. Now it seems Mercer's broken his oath with Nocturnal and defiled the very thing he swore to protect. I felt the same way when Gallus first revealed these things to me. I think given time you'll understand what I mean. As a Nightingale, I've been sworn to secrecy regarding the Sepulchre. I know the Guild doesn't do much to foster faith, but I'm going to have to ask that you continue to trust me. I'll make for Riften and scout the situation, see if I can discover what Mercer's up to. When you're ready, meet me at the Ragged Flagon. In the meantime, I wanted you to have this. It belonged to Gallus, but given the circumstances, I think he'd approve. If the Guild isn't willing to listen to reason, you might have to.
I'm always on the lookout for all sorts of goods. Bring me whatever you... Taking me up... Business. Business is actually inconsequential to me. I share little of your lust for coin. However, as promised, I'll still be more than happy. I give special rates to members of the Thieves Guild. Show me what you've got. Give my regards to Carlia if you see her.
Just say the word if you need a drink or something to eat.
The mages don't let us go into college. They said it's not safe in there.
My job is to serve the Jarl, not waste time talking to travelers. I don't really know anyone at the college. I guess everyone just assumes I do because I'm a Dunmer. Me? Nothing. And I hope to keep it that way. The Jarl is convinced I have some connection with the college, so he goes easy on me. Maybe you'd like to help me keep up appearances. Old Nellikar has a mage's staff in his room in the frozen hearth. It'd be good to have that staff, in case the Jarl starts wondering if I actually have a real connection to the college. Thanks. I'll be waiting for it. Until next time.
Look at that dark elf form, strutting around with his face. How cutthroat is he,
So, you're Brynjolf's new protege, eh?
I'm glad you're here. I think some of these people are beginning to suspect who I am. Are you ready to face the guild? Then we show them Gallus's journal and hope for the best. Remember, we have proof and all he's got is his word. Keep your eyes open. I'm not sure what to expect when we enter the system.
Why can't you just settle down? Run the flagon with me.
I don't want to settle. I like things the way they are.
Come on, Tom. Marry me. Let me take care of you.
I can take care of myself.
It's one thing to say you've got the skills to be a thief. Now that you mention it, there is. I have a buyer with, I'm told they're the ravings of a mad... It's said to be spread across 4 volumes and very... Then we have it. In his later years, Arundel moved into some ice caves known as Ingvild. Recently, the only information the guard could get from her were tales of only room. The people say he... After he made for Ingvild... Look, I know you have a damn good reason for siding with Carlia, so I hope you can give it to them. So, you're...
Welcome to the cozy little family. I'm one of the lookouts for the guild.
Look like much
I watched
to me.
Delvin's back.
You better have a damn good reason to be here without a murderer.
Please, lower your weapons so we can speak. I have proof that you've all been misled.
No tricks, Carlia, or I'll cut you down where you stand. Now what's this so-called proof you speak of?
I have Gallus's journal. I think you'll find its contents disturbing.
Let me see. No, it can't be. This can't be true. I've known Mercer too long.
It's true, Brynjolf. Every word. Mercer's been stealing from the guild for years, right under your noses.
There's only one way to find out if what the lass says is true. Delvin, I'll need you to open the vault.
Wait just a blessed moment, Bryn. What's in that book? What did it say?
It says Mercer's been stealing from a vault for years. Gallus was looking into it before he was murdered.
And a Mercer these 2 keys. Is it possible? Could he pick his way in?
That door has the best puzzle locks money can buy. There's no way it can be picked open.
You didn't need to pick them up.
What's she all about?
Use your key on the vault, Delvin. We'll open it up and find out the truth.
I've used my key, but the vault's still locked up tighter than a drum. Now use yours.
Right, the 8. It's gone. Everything's gone. Get in here, all of you.
The gold, the jewels, it's all gone.
That son of a bitch. I'll kill him.
Vex, put it away, right now. We can't afford to lose our heads. We need to calm down and focus.
Do what he says, Vex. This ain't helping right now.
Fine. We do it your way. For now.
Delvin, Vex, watch the flagon. If you see Mercer, come tell me right away.
Still have quite a good
Look,
bit of jobs available.
before I help you track Mercer down, I need to know what you learned from Carlia. I mean, everything. I feared that was the case. From that last entry in Gallus's diary, It looks like he was getting close to exposing Mercer to the Guild. Anything else? Trying to make Mercer look bad in front of Maven, eh? Clever lass. Was there anything else? What? Nightingales? But I always assumed they were just a tale. A way to keep the young footpads in line. Was there anything else she told you? Then I have an important task for you. I need you to break into Mercer's home and search for anything that could tell us where he's gone. Aye. A gift from the Blackbriars after they kicked the previous family out. A place called Riftweald Manor. He never stays there, just pays for the upkeep on it. Hired some lout by the name of Vold to guard the place. Be careful, lad. This is the last place in Skyrim I'd ever want to send you. Just find a way in, get the information and leave. And you have permission to kill anyone that stands in your way. Good question. I've only set foot inside a few times myself, and that was in Mercer's company. If you can get past his trained watchdog, I think your best bet might be the ramp to the second-floor balcony in his backyard. No, it's some sort of crazy... I'd wager a well-placed shot at the ramp's mechanism would lower it in a hurry. Better question would be, Mercer took everything. Even all of our plans are gone. Before Mercer took over, Gallus started collecting every bit of museums, keeps, estates, you name it. By the time Mercer took over the guild, we must have had a few dozen. I don't have a clue. Without 2 keys, it's impossible to open. I have a key, Delvin has a key, and Mercer has a key. That's it. There are no other copies. Huh, that'd be Vold. A real piece of work, that one. Mercer's holding... Talk to Vex. She used to know him very well, if you catch my meaning. Careful at Mercer's place. I don't want to lose anyone else to that madman.
Stabbed in the back. It's like the dog brotherhood all over again.
If I see Frey, I'll pluck his eyes from his skull with my bare hands. That pig? Oh, I have info on him. More than you care to know. Vold, good side? I think you have the wrong person. The only thing Vold understands is gold. A man after my own heart.
Let me take care of you.
Sure, but he'll ask for a whole... Your best bet would be to erase his debt with Maven Blackbriar. If you talk to her... Of course, you could just run him through and take what you need off his corpse. I could care less. While you're in there, help yourself to anything in Frey's manor. I would.
Even if you're one of us, you better not make trouble.
I dare Mercer to come back here. Sets one foot in his sister and I'll cut it off.
Your breath is foul. What have you been eating?
Gold. But did he listen? Oh no.
Come on! I yield! I yield!
Found you.
Is that the best you can do?
We've scoured the town and have spoken to every contact we have left. No sign of Mercer. Any luck on your end? Shore's beard. He's going after the eyes of the Falmer? That was Gallus's pet project. If he gets his hands on them, you can be certain he'll be gone for good, and set up for life. Agreed. He's taken everything the Guild has left, and to go after one of the last greatest heists is just an insult. I've spoken to Carlia, and made amends for how the Guild's treated her. Now she wishes to speak with both of us. Quickly, we have no time to lose. Until next we meet, lad.
I promise you, all your questions will be answered. You just have to trust me. I promise you, all your questions will be answered. You just have to trust me.
Not now, lad. Carlia said it was important.
Brynjolf, the time has come to decide Mercer's fate. Until a new guildmaster is chosen, the decision falls to you.
Aye, lass. And I've come to a decision. Mercer Frey tried to kill both of you. He betrayed the Guild, murdered Gallus, and made us question our future. He needs to die.
We have to be very careful, Brynjolf. Mercer is a Nightingale, an agent of Nocturnal.
And it's all true. Everything I heard in the stories. The Nightingales, their allegiance to Nocturnal, and the Twilight Sepulchre.
Yes. That's why we need to prepare ourselves and meet Mercer on equal footing. Just outside of Riften, beyond the southeast gate, is a small path cut up the mountainside. At the end of that path is a clearing, and an old standing stone. I'd ask you both to meet me there.
I have some preparations of my own. I'll meet you at the stone.
Huh?
How can a humble servant of Talos help you today? Talos preserve you. Stay alive. Why take a chance?
Huh? What do you want? Yes. Hofgreer took me in when I arrived in Riften about a year ago. He's been teaching me everything he knows. Horses are my whole life. Back in Hammerfell, I helped my family raise horses at our farm. I hope to open my own stables one day, but I think it's going to take a lot longer than I expected. I owe a great deal of money to someone, and I think they cheated me. I was able to work out a deal with the stables, and I borrowed some gold from Sapphire to pay for it. Now Sapphire wants her money back, and if I don't pay her, I think she's going to kill me. You will? Oh, thank you. Be careful with Sapphire. She mixes with all sorts of nasty...
What is it? Dragons?
Yes. Bandits harass the caravans at every step, but Khajiit usually scare them off. A few days ago we were ambushed. A nuisance, really, but many of the marauders had quick fingers. One of them stole my moon amulet, given to me by my mother when I was just a cub. It is my only memory of home in this cold land. You are kind to offer, We believe the bandits are part of a group headquartered here. Be careful. I missed my amulet. But a life cannot be replaced as easily. Yes, I was hired to protect the others as we walk the road. It is a thankless task. Akari freed me from a prison in Cyrodiil. A word of advice, my friend. Do not mix gambit. Skyrim is filled with all wolves, but the dragons are the most fearsome. Lucky for us, they don't seem to hunt along the roads. May your road lead you to all sides.
Don't cross me, Elf. They say Ulfric Stormcloak murdered the High King, with his voice shouted him apart.
Bandits had us. A few days ago we were ambushed. One of them stole my moon You... Be careful. I missed my amulet. But a life cannot be replaced as easily.
Be careful. That's your best, huh?
Still here. What do you want me to carry? Lead on.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
I'm glad you're here. This is the headquarters of the Nightingales, cut into the mountainside by the first of our kind. We've come to seek the edge we need to defeat Mercer Frey. If you'll follow me, I'll try to explain on the way. She's the mistress of night and darkness, and the patron of every thief in Tamriel. Nocturnal isn't one for worship and reverence. There are no priests and no sermons, no services and no alms. She influences our luck, and in return, demands payment. You're closer to understanding than you realize. The only difference is she doesn't demand payment in the traditional sense, and sometimes the cost can be quite high. Whether you know it or not, Nocturnal dictates how well we perform as rogues. Again, you have to think differently. Haven't you ever noticed how our luck behaves? Like a novice picking an impossible lock, or a blind man suddenly turning to face you as you reach for his pocket. It's through these subtle means that Nocturnal influences us. Nocturnal's whim is the greatest mystery to everyone. Does she exact payment when we die? When we suffer, does she revel in our misery? The return certainly seems worth the risk, though. From the moment you were struck, perhaps I couldn't bring Mercer back alive. I'd always intended Mercer's fate to ultimately be decided. Gallus, Mercer Frey, and the Trinity disbanded 25 years ago when Mercer Frey betrayed her, indirectly. The Trinity is usually selected from the rank. The Nightingales protect the Temple of Nocturnal, a place known as the Twilight Sepulchre. It's my hope that you will, yes.
So this is Nightingale Hall. I heard about it. But I never really knew it existed.
The assumption that the Nightingales were just meant to see everything good on purpose, without a hesitation from the true.
Wow. Would you look at that?
I can almost hear you growl burrowing.
I'm trying to understand why I'm here, lass. I'm no priest, and I'm certainly not religious. Why pick me?
This isn't about religion, Bruno. It's business. This is Nightingale Hall. You're the first of the uninitiated to set foot inside in over a century. Now, if you'll both proceed to the armory to don your Nightingale armor, we can begin the oath.
Time's wasted, and Mercer's still out there. Let's get this show on the road.
Still here. What do you want me to carry? Let's get going then.
This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
You appear ready for the oath.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal. This is enough to make your head spin, eh?
You appear ready for the oath.
Okay, lass. I've got these get-ups on. Now what?
Beyond this gate is the first step in becoming a Nightingale.
Whoa there, lass. I appreciate the armor, but becoming a Nightingale? That was never discussed.
To hold any hope of defeating Mercer, we must have Nocturnal at our backs. If she's to accept you as one of her own, an arrangement must be struck.
What sort of arrangement? I need to know the terms.
The terms are quite simple, Brynjolf. Nocturnal will allow you to become a Nightingale and use your abilities for whatever you wish. And in return, both in life and in death, you must serve as a guardian of the Twilight Sepulchre.
Aye, there's always a catch. But at this point, I suppose there isn't much to lose. If it means the end of Mercer Frey, you can count me in.
What about you? Are you ready to transact the oath with Nocturnal? Good. After I open the gate, Please stand on the western circle. We'll speak when the oath is complete.
I think we should trust the lass and take the deal.
We'll speak when the oath is complete. I call upon you, Lady Nocturnal, Queen of Murk, and Empress of Shadow. Hear my voice.
Ah, Carlia. I was wondering when I'd hear from you again. Lose something, did we?
My lady, I've come before you to throw myself upon your mercy, and to accept responsibility for my failure.
You're already mine, Carlia. Your terms were struck long ago. What could you possibly offer me now?
I have two others that wish to transact the oath, to serve you both in life and in death.
You surprise me, Carlia. This offer is definitely weighted in my favor.
My appetite for Mercer's demise exceeds my craving for wealth and grace.
Revenge. How interesting. Very well. The conditions are acceptable. You may proceed.
Lady Nocturnal, we accept your terms. We dedicate ourselves to you as both your avengers and your sentinels. We will honor our agreement in this life and the next until your conditions have been met.
Very well. I name your initiates Nightingale, and I restore your status to the same, Carlisle. And in the future, I'd suggest you refrain from disappointing me again.
Now that you've transacted the oath, it's time to reveal the final piece of the puzzle to you. Mercer's true crime. Mercer was able to unlock the Guild's vault without 2 keys because of what he stole from the Twilight Sepulchre, the skeleton key. By doing this, he's compromised our ties to Nocturnal and, in essence, caused our luck to run dry. Well, yes, but the key isn't only restricted to physical barriers. All of us possess untapped abilities, the potential to wield great power securely sealed within our minds. Once you realize the key can access these traits, the potential becomes limitless. Good. Then you understand why this is about more than just Mercer's lust for power. If the key isn't returned to its lock in the Twilight Sepulchre, things will never be the same for the Guild. As time passed, our luck would diminish to the point of non-existence, and whether you know it or not, our uncanny luck defines our trade. Very true. In our line of work, before we depart,
I suggest you
has some
talk to
business
Carlia
discuss.
first. She has some news that'll turn your stomach. Listen, lad. There's one last piece of business we need to settle before we go after Mercer. The leadership of the Guild. Carlia and I had a long discussion before you arrived here. Thanks to your efforts, Mercer's treachery has been exposed. As a result, we both feel that you have... I've been at this game a long time, my friend. A long time. I'm good at what I do. I've never been one to lead. Never desired it, never cared for it. Don't want it. Look, everyone in the Guild and now they know Mercer never I can't think of anyone better. Ha! Spoken like the lead. Just don't lose yourself in the role. Then it's decided. Until then, I've been part of... Carlia and I will meet you there. Prepare yourself, lad. This will be a fight. Aye. Mercer may have damaged our... Old Delvin kept calling it a curse, and we all laughed at him.
Looks like the joke's on us.
We meet live.
You've been a good friend to me. That means something.
I'm right behind you. Lead up. I've got your back. What do you want me to carry? You lead, I'll follow.
I can take you to any of the... Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest city in Skyrim by some count. They say the big old palace there was built by Ys...
It is a strange sight. The white flakes that sometimes fall from the sky. There is much beauty in this place.
Khajiit's wares, if you have coin. All right, but if you get arrested, do not blame it on me.
Come along, no more stops. We need to find our way to Solitude.
Need something?
We've been going to a wedding at this far-flung end of the Empire anyway.
Don't bother me, peasant. I've had a long journey and paid too much coin on these gifts to be late to Vittoria's wedding. What? No! God, help! I told you, it's the wedding of Vittoria Vici, an extremely well-connected merchant.
I'm getting out of here.
Cousin, remember? Hopefully, racist.
Bastard!
And lead the way to where he's
Get away from me, you Skyrim trash. Ugh. Speak to my husband if you must.
that your best?
Mercer's been here. I hope we aren't too late. Brynjolf and I found them like that. Mercer's doing. We have to catch up to him before it's too late. We should tread carefully. I wouldn't be surprised if he's left behind a few surprises for us.
I'd just as soon die before I'd let Mercer get those gems.
Wait a moment. What's that? It's Mercer. Look, down there.
I'm on it, lass. Damn it, there's no way through. Of this place. Have you ever seen anything like it in your life, lass?
Can't say that I have. Imagine the riches hidden within these walls. This is just like old times. This must be their hive. We'll have to keep silent if we want to avoid drawing their attention.
There you are.
The afterlife will bring you darkness. Even the farmer don't deserve the pain these implements must have inflicted. Wolves were a cruel race. There's a mass at the far end of this chamber. We can sneak through or take them down. I don't care. As long as we get to Mer...
Aye. Whatever you want to do, we're with you.
If Mercer leaves here with the eyes, we'll never see him again. He's here, and he hasn't seen us yet. Brynjolf, watch the door.
Aye, lass. Nothing's getting by me.
Climb down that ledge. See if you can...
Carlia, when will you learn you can't get the drop on me? When Brynjolf brought you before me, I could feel a sudden shift in the wind. And at that moment, I knew it would end with one of us at the end of a blade. What's Carlia been filling your head with? tales of thieves with honor, oaths ripe with falsehoods and broken promises. Nocturnal doesn't care about you, the key, or anything having to do with the guild. Then it appears the shadows shroud more than your presence. They blind your wisdom as well. Our actions have always been one and the same. Both of us lie, cheat, and steal to further our own end. It's clear you'll never see the skeleton key as I do, as an instrument of limitless wealth. Instead, you've chosen to fall over your own foolish code. Then the die is cast, and once again my blade will taste Nightingale blood. Carlia, I'll deal with you after I rid myself of your irksome companions. In the meantime, perhaps you and Brynjolf should get you're acquainted.
Side of the door because it isn't moving.
We have to find another way out of here before the place fills with water.
Sorry, lad. I've got important things to do. We'll speak another time.
I can't believe it's over. 25 years in exile, and just like that, it's done. All that remains is to ensure the safe return of the skeleton key. I'm afraid it's not that simple. When the skeleton key was stolen from the Twilight Sepulchre, our access to the inner sanctum was removed. The only way to bring it back will be through the Pilgrim's Path. It wasn't created for the Nightingales. It was created to test those who wish to serve Nocturnal in other ways. As a consequence, I have no knowledge of what you'll be facing. Brynjolf is needed back at the Thieves' Guild to keep order while you're away. And I can't bear to... I'm afraid you'll have to face the end of your journey. Take this with you. I've had this bow almost my entire life, and it's never let me down. I hope it brings you the same luck. The conduit to Nocturnal's realm, the realm of Evergloam, has been in Skyrim... well, the Twilight Sepulchre was... It's through this conduit that we're given Nocturnal... this agent of strife, can send forth a tendril at the same time. This tether will bolster the agent of subterfuge, by weaving the darkness to their will. This agent, the agent of stealth, on moonlit nights or in darkened rooms, this agent literally becomes invisible.